Welcome to Rider's Range. If you've been following the great affordable 1911 series, you know that affordable stops at about $1,600. You'll also know, if you've watched any of the videos, that we have a tendency to buy used and that we're relatively cheap. Well, today, this is a video about something that does not fall within the realm of affordable. However, because we buy cheap, that it comes pretty close to that. The Wilson Combat Professional 45. Now, this gun shows up in the catalog at just under $3,000, but that's a base price. I bought this used, and I ended up paying, well, I'll put it this way, it comes real close to our top affordable amount in the Great Affordable 1911 series. I counted up about 16 options on this particular gun. Those options total up somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000. That puts this gun just about at the $4,000 bracket in the catalog. Just to give you an example of some of the options on this particular gun. First of all, it has an alloy frame. It's got the light rail on it, and it's a bobtail frame. All of those are options. This gun is fully melted for carry, front and back. It's smooth all the way around. There's no sharp edges on it. It has the heavy machine chamfer on the bottom of the slide. The bobtail is hand stippled, which is a real nice touch on it. The serrations, excuse me, the checkering on the mainspring housing and on the front strap, as well as the high undercut on the trigger, are all standard. But extended magazine release. Let's see, the recessed slide stop lever. All of those are options and real nice touches. Oh, also the flat top on the slide, and I believe that is, if I remember right, 30 line per inch checkering on it. And a really nice touch that we find, I'll get a light on it so you can see it a little better, is the serrated backup slide. And I had to look real close and put the light on it actually to be able to see where the extractor blends right in, and all of that has been serrated in the back. Very, very nicely done, very nicely finished pistol. I would not have chosen green for my color of the frame, but it was a no-cost option. And again, for the price I paid for this, no complaints. I also would not have ordered a light rail. Everything else on this gun is the way I would have ordered it. A couple of other options on this. First of all, you can see on the front that the barrel is flush. That's it's an option, not standard on the professional model. It's also got a reverse crown on it, and again, that's an option. Now the sights, green fiber optic front, the Wilson Battle rear sight are standard equipment on this. So, but that's one of the reasons I actually got this gun for a really good price, because these sights were in the bag, they weren't on the gun. Somebody had installed aftermarket night sights, and this was shooting about 5 inches low, so they weren't where they belonged. Put the original sights back on, and well, we'll take it out of the range and see how this thing shoots. A couple other options. You'll see it's got a fluted barrel and fluted chamber. Those are also options. Now it does have a or does not rather have a feed ramp integral to the barrel. I don't see that on a lot of 45s. I have seen it on a couple. And the polished ramp there in the front of the frame theoretically might take a beating with hollow point ammunition. Haven't found that to be the case with any alloy framed 1911s that I've had so far, but I have heard reports of it. So because this gun has an alloy frame, that means it's obviously going to be lighter, so let's see what this gun does weigh in at. So the gun alone weighs in at 28.6 ounces. We add a Wilson magazine with 8 rounds of 230 grain ammo and 1 extra round for the chamber, and fully loaded we're at 37.9 ounces. That to me is the ideal carry weight, or certainly right at the top of the ideal carry weight for a carry pistol. And this one falls in it nice and actually carries fairly nicely. And it has a very nice trigger. By the way, this gun, well, you already saw it open, so you know it's empty. Has been safety inspected. I shouldn't have to say that in every video, but I'm sure somebody will get down on me if I don't. So let's just see how the trigger does work in this. By the way, trigger on this is very nice. A little bit of take-up, typical 1911. There is virtually no up and down play. Again, it's a Wilson. It's hand-fitted. It's supposed to be nice. No creep, no over travel. Very nice clean break. And there we go. Just over 3 pounds. And I can pull this thing all day long, and I'm going to be right around 3 pounds, just a hair over on an average. Very, very nice trigger on this particular gun. And it does shoot well, and that means that we need to take it out to the range. And let's see how it shoots. Wilson Combat Professional 45. We're out here at Magnum Shooting Center in Colorado Springs. We're going to see how this Wilson works. We can't do our full testing on plates and even out to 50 yards. Most we can get here is about 23, 24 yards. So we're going to shoot it first like our usual at 15 yards to see how it works there. Then we'll run it down to maximum and see how it shoots at the 23, 24 yard line, and then we'll bring it back to 12 and we'll do a magazine full simulated plate shooting on one target. So we'll see how it works. Wilson Professional 45 at Magnum Shooting Center, Colorado Springs on Riders Range. So I'll pull a couple of those. Beautiful shooting gun. I did pull a couple of those. That's my fault, not the gun's fault by any means. We're shooting Remington 230 grain ball ammunition. We're going down to 23 yards, which is the max on Magnum's indoor range, and we're going to see how the Wilson Professional works at 23 yards. Again, pulled a couple of those, not the gun's fault. Strictly shooter error on that. Not at all the gun's fault. But with a couple of low shots, I'd say this is ring steel at 25 yards with no issue. Let's put a new target up and just see how it'll work with a quick 8 rounds. Wilson Professional 45. We're going to see how this thing works at 12 yards. That's being out there. Definitely being out the gun. That lightweight frame 45 definitely makes it a little more challenging. We're still here at Magnum with the Wilson Professional 45. I wasn't happy with how I shot. I was happy with how the gun shot, but not happy with how I shot at 23 yards. I'm going to try one more magazine of Remington 230 grain ball at 23 yards and see how it works.
It's a little better than the first time around at 23 yards. I can live with it. Beautiful shooting gun. Wilson Pro 45. Riders range at Magnum Shooting Center.
All right, so there you have it with the Wilson Combat Professional, 4-inch barreled, alloy framed, with a number of upgrades, and purchased pre-owned at a very, very nice price. If you like these videos, we appreciate a thumbs up, and certainly trying to build our subscriber base there. Let all of your friends know that Riders Range is out there. They can find direct links to all of our videos at our website, www.ridersrange.com. We appreciate comments on these videos. Please comment below on this particular video. Comment on anything else at info@ridersrange.com. We do read our emails. We don't always read them every day, but we get to them when we can. So once again, I want to thank you for visiting Riders Range.